Research shows that the most dangerous people in your life are rarely the ones you distrust. They are the ones you trust the most. Welcome to the world of the opportunist, the person who smiles the warmest, laughs the loudest, and makes you feel the most seen. But while you are busy enjoying the warmth they are projecting, something else is quietly happening behind that smile. Resources are moving, trust is being cataloged, and you are being assessed for exactly how useful you can be. The wolves in friendly clothing are not strangers. They are sitting at your table right now. Here is a pattern that will make your stomach drop when you recognize it. Think back to the last time you were genuinely struggling. Who disappeared? Now think about the last time something good happened for you. Who suddenly reappeared out of nowhere, acting like nothing changed? That gap between who shows up in your darkness and who rushes back into your light is one of the most revealing psychological data points you will ever collect about another person. They were never really on your side. They were on the side of whatever version of you was most useful to them at that moment. Psychologists have discovered that highly opportunistic people are significantly more skilled at social performance than the average person, meaning the version of them you experience in public is a carefully constructed character, not a real one. The mask they wear every single day is so refined and so consistently performed that most people never see behind it until it is too late. In public, they are magnetic, generous, and deeply likable. But the moment the room empties and the audience disappears, that mask comes off completely. Behind it is not warmth. Behind it is a list. And you are somewhere on that list with a value assigned next to your name. Studies in behavioral psychology show that most people recognize red flags in relationships, but choose to explain them away rather than act on them. Sound familiar? The red flags you kept ignoring were never invisible. They were always there, showing up only when things were going well for you, making every favor feel like a transaction, redirecting every conversation back to what they needed, making you feel somehow guilty for having boundaries. You saw them. You felt them. But the warmth they offered made ignoring them feel easier than facing them. That is not weakness. That is exactly how the opportunist is designed to operate. Did you know that opportunists rarely look the same twice? The same psychological drive, using people and situations for personal gain, can wear five completely different masks depending on who they are dealing with. Meet the five faces of the opportunist. The charming parasite who makes you love them before they drain you. The strategic networker who collects people like financial assets. The crisis exploiter who only shows up when you are at your lowest and most vulnerable. The credit thief who is always nearby when wins happen and nowhere to be found when things fail. And the emotional investor who makes you feel uniquely chosen right up until the moment you are not useful anymore. Here is something that will completely change how you see your past relationships. While you thought you were having a conversation, they were playing a game. The silent game they play on you has no rule book you can read, no scoreboard you can see, and no referee to call foul. It is happening in real time across every interaction. They keep you talking, laughing, and feeling connected, while piece by piece the things that matter, your ideas, your contacts, your time, your loyalty, your opportunities, quietly migrate from your side of the board to theirs. By the time you realize the game was happening, it is usually already over. A study on relational trauma found that being used by someone you genuinely trusted causes deeper psychological damage than being hurt by someone you already suspected. Let that land for a moment. What they leave behind when they go is not just the absence of their presence. It is a cracked mirror where your self-trust used to live. It is a closed door where your openness used to be. It is a nervous system that now scans every new kindness for a hidden agenda. It is the exhausting new habit of second-guessing your own judgment. The damage is not dramatic. It is quiet, and quiet damage is almost always the hardest kind to heal. Neuroscience research has proven that opportunists are significantly less likely to target people who demonstrate strong self-awareness and clear personal boundaries. In other words, awareness is your most powerful protection. So how do you become someone they cannot touch? You stop rewarding charm before it has earned trust. You watch what people do across time, not just what they say in the moment. You notice who shows up when you have nothing to offer. You guard your resources, your connections, and your vulnerabilities until trust has been genuinely built, not just performed. And when something consistently feels off, you trust that feeling completely because your nervous system almost always knows the truth before your mind is ready to accept it. Before we go any further, here is the question that nobody wants to sit with. What if sometimes, in some relationships, you have been the opportunist? Research in social psychology shows that opportunistic behavior exists on a spectrum, and most people have operated from it at least once without fully realizing it. Have you ever been significantly more interested in someone when they could do something for you? Have you ever let a friendship fade the moment your circumstances changed? Have you ever taken credit, used someone's vulnerability, or positioned yourself near a win you did not fully earn? The question that will make you uncomfortable is not about them. It is about you. And sitting with it honestly is the beginning of something important. Here is the final truth that most psychology videos never actually tell you. Surviving an opportunist does not make you bitter. It makes you precise. What you need to walk away knowing from everything we covered today is this. Opportunism is often a survival strategy wired so deep, the person does not even fully see it themselves. The damage they leave is real, but it is also recoverable. Your ability to trust was not the problem. Their willingness to exploit it was. The red flags were always there, and now you know exactly what to look for. You are not more closed because of this. You are more clear. And clarity in the right hands is one of the most powerful things a person can carry forward. Like and subscribe. The Mental Blueprint.